Ken Lather from Coffee Crafters, and we had a special treat today for Friday. We have Ned and Debbie Russell here from Cello Chocolate in Nevada City, California, right?
Correct.
Right. And they're in here roasting cacao beans today, so we got to take a break, and because we've been working too hard. And so you have an interesting history with chocolate, right? Because you just didn't start doing this on your own. So tell us about your history roasting chocolate.
Yeah, from 1982 to 94, I worked at Ghirardelli in actually San Leandro, California, doing industrial chocolate, and then left there and actually worked as a handyman carpenter for quite a few years. And then 3 years ago, Debbie and I decided we wanted to start making chocolate, so we did. We actually started doing it as classes, and in the process of trying to do the classes better, we got more equipment and got making better chocolate and decided, oh, this is good enough, we should try selling it. So, and Debbie has a marketing background with Apple, and so sales and marketing was right up her line, so she got to develop a website and I got to play with chocolate equipment and make more chocolate.
Awesome. So you brought in a lot of different kind of chocolate today to roast. And this was your first opportunity to roast on a fluid bed roaster, right?
Yes.
Chocolate?
Yes.
And so Ned had us help him with like the first batch, and then we kind of stepped out of the way to let him do his thing because he knows about chocolate. So what did you think roasting chocolate on it?
It was awesome. It was really fun. And obviously the big difference compared to coffee is that you can really over roast chocolate really easily, so you're dealing with much lower temperatures. So our final, you guys normally do like up to 450 for finished temperature on your?
Yeah, 440, 450.
450, and today we're doing, I think the lowest was about 235 and up to about 290 or something for cocoa.
The first batch of coffee we got in, we knew that we could do it, but we weren't sure how to do it. So we got cocoa beans. Yeah, we got in about 10 pounds and immediately burnt it all. So
easily done if you're used to roasting coffee, because cocoa needs a much gentler roast to give you the chocolate.
Now you actually were giving lessons, right, in the chocolate?
Yeah, we've done a lot of classes, right?
Cool. So do you have like resources on your website for people, or is that just for selling chocolate? Your website?
Selling, and then there's Debbie's written a blog of the countries we've visited regarding cocoa growing areas and that sort of thing. And
oh, nice. So you still have your blog? Yeah, active.
The blog.
We'll have to post your blog on this video when we're done, and post your website. So you're roasting cacao in an oven right now, right?
Right.
Okay.
It's just a convection oven at home.
And so you said it takes how long?
45 minutes for basically 18 pounds.
Oh, okay. And I think we've heard from our folks at Solstice Chocolate that we can do about 50 pounds an hour.
Yeah, he's doing about a 7-minute roast.
Yeah, we stretched them out today a little bit, right?
Yeah, I started out at about 7, and then I think my longest roast was about 11 minutes.
You know, something I didn't realize about chocolate there are so many flavors. So tell us about what you brought with us today and what the flavor differences are.
Yeah, the first one we roasted was a Ghana, which is a Forastero bean, which is the kind of the workhorse of chocolate. So some people call it a bulk bean but it has that familiar chocolate flavor that people are used to, and it has a really nice flavor. But it needs a more full roasted development, and so that was our first one. The next one we did was the Tanzania, which is a Trinitario bean, which has a lot of fruity notes to it and is more acidic, but we were able to roast that pretty nicely. And then the last one I did was the Ecuador, which is a Riba Nacional that actually is classified as a Forastero also, but it has these really nice fruity, floral, nutty notes to it. So you don't want to roast, in my opinion, you don't want to roast it too much, otherwise they all go away.
Yeah, it was interesting because just like coffee beans, you know, we found out from different places in the world, coffee beans taste completely different. Cacao is the same.
Yep.
I mean, I tasted all of these cacao beans when we roasted them, and the flavors were so different.
We have 6 different origins that we do, and at shows we have people taste all 6, and a lot of time it just blows people's minds that what they think of as a chocolate flavor can have such a wide variation across the board, just depending on where the beans are.
Really wide variation. Now you said you're going to start roasting from Costa Rican cacao, and we actually have our Jim Cameron down there roasting coffee, who actually won an award this year in their chocolate competition.
We've
down there
just
for milk
ordered some
chocolate.
Costa Rican beans that we're going to get in next week, and we're really excited because we think that's going to be a really popular bar. 'Cause
Awesome.
It's really delicious.
Well, you know, micro roasting is, you know, probably a little bit more developed than the chocolate roasting because there's not that many people roasting cacao beans, right?
There's about, of the craft chocolate makers, we think there's around 150 to 175 people in the U.S. doing it now.
Yeah, there's not very many. You see more popping up. So, what do you think is going to happen in the cacao roasting industry for micro roasters?
Yeah, I'm sure that definitely people popping up every day. So, I think your system is really great for small producers because it's a really nice way to enter into it.
Yeah, we need to look at some of your designs on your winnowing machine because that's one of the things on our production board we would like to do is develop some winnowing equipment so that people can get it inexpensively. Because what you were telling me is the chocolate equipment is just like coffee equipment. It was really expensive if it has chocolate attached to it.
You can either start as a little tiny hobby thing, which is not too much, but then the next step, you're suddenly in a semi-industrial state and you're looking at $250,000 capital outlay just to get going.
Yeah, so it's similar to coffee equipment. You know, you use the term, it's like $1 a pound in your roast capacity, you know, so a 20 pound per hour machine is like
20 grand.
20 grand, yeah. So we found that. Well, it was awesome having you here today. You've taught us a lot about chocolate because we are not the experts, so it's nice to have somebody come in and use the equipment. And so we wish you well with the business. And again, we're going to post we'll post your website on this video, and definitely post the blog because, you know, what's going on out there in the growing world and stuff is really interesting. And so we hope people get some information. And so thanks for joining us today.
Thank you. Appreciate it.